Hey guys, Chris here with Crypto Bee Vision, here bringing you another wicked video. Today we're going to go over how to set up the perfect chart. We're going to use indicators like Bollinger Bands, moving averages, RSI, volume, and some other key indicators. Now nothing is 100%, but when you have these set up properly, they can help you to be successful when you're targeting which way the price action is going to go. Now, indicators are not always 100%. That's why you have to combine them. There's oscillators and lagging indicators as well. And with all of this, you can set up a chart that really helps you predict which way the price action is going to go. And of course, you have to follow the trends because, as we always say, the trend is your friend. That's right, until it isn't, and then you get wrecked. But that's why we have stop losses, which another thing, we'll go over that quickly as well. But there's another thing to remember in this, guys, which is right now we are in a pretty bullish market. So with the stop losses, I like to use a little bit of loose stop losses with this, depending on what the indicators are saying. I mean, if you're on the RSI and you have a super overbought coin, there's a chance that it is going to dip and could dip hard. That's why we set our settings properly. You go into the settings, we're going to be using TradingView and Coinigy. For this particular demonstration, we're going to be using TradingView. That is the main chart I use, and the link for TradingView, if you want to get an account, is in the description. So thanks for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it, and let's dig into the chart. So guys, as you can see, we are in the Link USDT 5-minute chart. The only reason we're using this particular chart is because I am in a Link long and I'm keeping an eye on it. As you can see, we have this nice little mini bull flag. That's pretty cute. But I took all of my indicators off just to show you guys where to find them and how to get set up. And it's basically the same on all of the sites. You go up here to indicators. You just search. First one we're going to do, of course, is going to be volume. So you search volume oscillator. See, they have a lot of different kinds of volume, guys, but which one do we use? Well, we're going to check out the volume oscillator first. So you click it, this box won't go away. So you got to exit out. So you can add a ton in a little bit of time. And look at that. It broke out of that little bull flag. We like that. So the volume oscillator, as you can see here, Link is oversold at negative 20% on the bottom. So that would be a buying opportunity. That's right. Okay. So let's dig in. So you have your 0% on your oscillator. I like to Alt H is how you make a horizontal line, and Alt V is how you make a vertical line on the chart for quick access. So you have your volume oscillator. This needs no tweaking in the settings, but this will show you where it goes up, down, and up and down. So, I mean, really, guys, it's not the only thing you can trade off of, but it does help. You can stack this with anything else. You can also drag these down to a little bit lower. So when you see it dip below the zero line, you can bring it up, because we're going to have a couple more indicators on here, and the chart is going to look messy by the end. So that's your volume oscillator. It basically just oscillates with the volume, spikes and valleys, peaks and valleys, and yeah, so that's one I like to use. Next, we'll go to the actual volume indicator here. So as soon as you click it, it'll add it to it. This is the one you want, guys. You got to have this volume indicator on here. So I always run this on the bottom. Some people run it up here on the side. This is good for me. I like this. As you can see, we're in a red candle. This one was green big. You guys should know about volume by now. We can go over that in another video if you like. But now you have your volume oscillator and you have your volume bars, which is showing huge volume, big green volume goes up, as you know,
when it breaks out of a pattern, you want that volume to spike up. So as you can see, this may have popped out of the pattern, but the volume didn't spike. So would this be a buy? I don't think not yet, but I think if it comes down and retests and then you get a green spike here, starts going up, there's your buy signal, guys. Volume confirmation as always. So the volume doesn't need any tweaking of the settings. So we'll go into RSI now, and I'll show you how I set up my RSI. So relative strength index, there's a video on that in the trading playlist. And again, guys, if you want to get into trading view, there's a link in the description. So this is your RSI. We're going to X out here the volume oscillator. But before we do, this is your zero line. If it's below the zero line, it means the volume is oscillating downwards. And if it pops up, you can see where it hits all these peaks. So if it peaks above that 42%, you may look for a reversal. Let's get rid of that now. And now the RSI. So as you can see, there is settings here, guys. The RSI, low, oversold, overbought up here is at the overbought is when the RSI is at the top around the anything above about 80%. But we'll go into the settings and I'll show you how to tweak this. So resolution, length, close, that's fine. We want to do the style, so the upper band, I like to leave them white, and if you want this background in there, you can have it. It's not a bad idea. But the upper band, guys, I throw at 80. The lower band, we want to throw at 20. This gives you a broader reference. So as you can see, the white line is now 80 and the bottom white line is now 20. So it plays in this area. But if it pops up over 80, guys, there is a good chance that is coming back down into here. As you can see right here, popped up to what? 90.05 here. And then it came back down to around, what's this, 25, 26-ish. So again, you can expand and contract these. This is also good for telling divergences. So your divergences bullish on the bottom. I'll just show you quickly. We're going to do a video on it. But your divergences, you grab your trend line and you see which way the divergences are going. Oh my goodness. This thing, I tell you. See, as you can see, it's going up. But as you can see here as well, the bottom here is also going up. So no real divergence, just a straight plane telling you that this support is now on the rise. So that's your RSI. You can change your colors and everything in there, guys, but make sure you put it at 80 and 20. That way you have a bigger room to play, and you know when it peaks above 80, it's overbought, she's coming back in. And if it goes below 20, it's probably a really good buy signal to compare with your other indicators. So we'll leave that on there. So now we have our RSI and our volume. Okay, chart's starting to look pretty good. Starting to look a little professional, if you ask me, guys. Okay. Next indicator that I turn on and off often. I don't like it on all the time. I like to click it, check where it's at. And that is the Bollinger Bands. These guys are pretty useful. Some people trade basically on Bollinger Bands. So right now, this does not look like a very good buy. Why? Because when it squeezes, as you can see, when the top and the lower band squeeze, and then it poof, and they got to pop out. But when they expand big like that, guys, they got to come back and come to a squeeze. Now, this bottom Bollinger Band could easily come up here and squeeze, but chances are when you have a big opening like this, it's going to come a little bit down. Probably just retest this trend line. Let's hope so, but it could very well retest this one down here, guys, at 1389. So this is your Bollinger Bands. As for the settings with the Bollinger Bands, they come pretty pretty standard. You can change your colors, guys, if you like a really pretty chart, pretty in pink. I don't know what you guys are into, but you can do that. You also have your inputs. Your length 20 is good. Standard deviation is good. Offset 0. So that's a pretty good. It comes pretty standard. And this will tell you the price action. So if it's up along the top band, chances are it might come down and touch the bottom. Not always though. But if you back test it, guys, you can see it's riding the top. It doesn't go too far out of the band, right? Riding the top, and then it comes back down to the center line. This red line is the center line. And then it rides the center line up to the top, and then it breaks the center line. It hits the bottom, back up to the top, guys. So it's all about play. It's like a giant channel that you play as well. And when you're comparing all these indicators, so right now, if we were looking at this, our volume spike, not that high. RSI, sitting at about 70 with our price action right at the top of the Bollinger Band. Would you buy this? Tough to say, but personally I wouldn't, because you have, this is what I mean when you're putting so many indicators together, guys. Now you have 3 indicators telling you where the price action could possibly go, right? It's always a possibility. But through price action near the top, we know when the price action rides the top of the Bollinger Band, it's got to come maybe touch the bottom. Okay, so that's one thing that, you know, is iffy. Your volume, you don't have a giant green spike here, so there's no volume confirmation yet. And your RSI is riding close to 80. So if it hits 80, maybe it'll come back down to 60. When it comes back down to 60, the price might drop a little bit, right, guys? So let's put the Bollinger Band away for a bit, and let's get into some moving averages. Moving average. Now you want to click 1, click twice, click 3 times. You want 3 moving averages on this, guys. This is what you're in the market for, really. Do we get through it there? 3 clicks and you're in. Now we're going to use, as you can see, they're all set at 9, so these settings need to change. These have to be a different color, guys. So you can have one at blue. I'm going to use an offsets of pink and purple because that's just what I'm doing. So that's okay. Pink and input. So your first one, guys, length is going to be 21. The 21-day moving average. And there's your 21-day, which rides it fairly close. Okay. Now, your second Bollinger Band, we're going to do it a little bit darker of a pink. So you did that first. Let's do this one. That way you want to be able to tell the difference in these. So even that might not be enough of a difference. So let's change this again to a darker purplish. That's a little bit better. And then what we're going to do, guys, is go to inputs, and your second input is either 50 or 80. If you want to use 4, you can use it, but I like to do the 50-day moving average. Okay, so that, nice. Now you can start seeing some lines in there. And now for your final one, guys, here, you want to use 200-day moving average. This shows validity from the past way back. Okay, so but we're gonna, there's your 200-day, and this, so the moving average, guys, the moving average is the average of that time frame of candles. So the 200-day moving average is 200 candles, the 50 is 50 candles, and the 21 is, nailed it, 21 candles. So we're going to change this color. So we have pink, purple, and let's do a green. No, we want a lighter green. There we go. Now we're cooking. So now we have our 200-day moving average, guys. So these indicators combined, now we can talk about this a little bit, guys, but there is going to be a separate video, or there already is a separate video on moving averages to explain them in depth, which we will get to. But for now, since you're watching this video, let's just fire this up. So with this, what are we talking about? We can see golden crosses and death crosses, right? So we're looking at 21 MA and 200 MA for this one. So as you can see, before this rise up, right, your 21 is your light pink. We've set it up that way. As you can see, the white pink is below your 200-day moving average, and then it pops up and it crosses up through, right? That is called a golden cross, 21 MA up through the 200. So that would be your golden cross, and then it kind of pittered out there, and then it came back down almost like it was gonna go back through it. And then what does Link do? Yeah, it curves up. So we didn't make it there, and then up she goes. And then you can do the same with the 50, guys, but the 200 is more valid. So let's use the 50 for this example. But the 21 MA is up, and then it crosses down through, see, down through the 50, and that is a death cross if it's on the 200. So with that death cross there, it drops. But the moving averages are a lagging indicator, so which means the price action is going to be completed before the sign is actually posted. So your death cross or golden cross would come after the price action has already started moving in that direction. That's why it's key, if you are watching the charts, to see when this starts to curve to the downside. So as you can see, the curve to the downside right here, guys. And if we're looking at the moving average over here, you can see it's still going up, and the price action is going up. Your 200-day on your 5-minute chart that we're in is on the rise as well. So if we look at this and we start to see this start to curve over, a little peak there, that might be an indication to get out, because we got, you know, volume keeps flickering. It's not that strong. Your RSI is near the top. Your moving averages are climbing higher, but if we see a little peak, and then your Bollinger Bands, it's riding near the top. So all these indicators can be used in conjunction to try and decide the price action, or try and predict which way the market could possibly go. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope this helps you set up your charts. These are the main ones I use. I also use Market Cipher, but that link is in the description as well if you're interested in getting it. They still have a Black Friday sale on. But I appreciate your time. As always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop me a comment. Did this help you? Is this how you're setting up your charts? And also, don't forget about that Telegram group. We're 160 members strong, and we are killing it. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video on how to develop the perfect chart. I know nothing in life is perfect, but every indicator that points in the same direction gets you that much closer to the golden goose, the profits. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like the video, drop me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and ding that bell. And don't forget about that Telegram group, guys. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one.